beginning chain 3 counts as our first double crochet that we've joined to. So we're going to work between it and the next double crochet between the post. So I'm going to slip my hook down in here, yarn over, I'm going to pull up through the loop I had on my hook, and I've made a slip stitch. Now for change, I'm not going to tighten the slip stitch. I'm just going to let it sit like a chain stitch, because we're going to work back into these slip stitches in the next round after this. So now I'll chain 3 to get to the height, and the next stitch I'm going to work, that's a little tricky, is 3 double crochet decrease. It's going to be worked over this stitch, and this one. So you can see those. So the first part of the double crochet decrease, I'm going to yarn over, I'm going to insert my hook in my first stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop. I now have 3 loops on my hook. Yarn over, pull through 2, leave these 2 on the hook. I'm going to yarn over my hook. I'm going to go into my second stitch. Yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Now I've got 3 loops on my hook. I'm going to yarn over again, go to my third stitch, insert, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Now I have 4 loops remaining on my hook shaft. I'm going to yarn over and I'll pull through all 4 of those loops, and I finished my decrease. Next, I chain 3, and I'm going to anchor this chain 3 between the last stitch I worked into in my decrease and the next stitch. Once again, I'm going to go through between the post right here. Grab, yarn over, pull up a loop and pull it through the loop on my hook, leave that sitting. Chain 3. Now I'm going to repeat that decrease over these next 3 stitches. I'm going to continue to do that until I have 4 decreases. These 4 decreases are going to create the 4 petal shapes at the center of my square. We're getting ready to work our last 3DC decrease. It's a little tricky because the very last stitch we're going to work in for the decrease is that chain 3 that began our yo-yo. You can see it's a little tricky to see where to work. We've got our little slip stitch here, and we've got our bigger slip stitch that began the round. So what I'm going to try to do is just find a good place to put my hook to make my third stitch for this decrease. And as you can see, it's kind of tricky. I oftentimes end up working into the slip stitch itself that was the joining slip stitch, pull up the yarn and make my last DC. Okay, we chain 3 and we're going to connect to the first slip stitch of round 2. We work under both legs, grab my yarn, very kind of ease it through there. It's a little snug. Bring it up. I'm actually going to make a tight slip stitch now, so tighten that guy up. And you can see there is round 2 completed. And I'm going to start it the same way I started the previous round, which with a standing stitch, but this time it's going to be a standing double crochet as part of a 3 double crochet cluster. I put my slip knot loop on my hook. I've yarned over. I'm going to hold that in place. Insert my hook into any of the V-stitches from round 3. Got 3 loops on my hook. Pull through, whoops, pull through 2, yarn over, go back into the same space, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, go back in the same space, yarn over, pull through 2, 4 loops on my hook, including that first loop, yarn over, pull through all 4 of those loops. Now I've completed my cluster and my yarn's attached to round 3. Now I'm going to make a 10 treble fan in the chain 3 space here at the corner. So this fan is made using, as the name says, 10 treble crochets. So we're going to do 5, then we'll chain 1, and we'll do 5 more. I've completed my fan stitch. So 5 trebles, chain, 5 trebles.